Welcome. In this today's session, we'll be discussing on correlation analysis. First, we'll be discussing on visual method. Second, we'll be using Pearson correlation coefficient in order to ascertain the correlation. Third, we'll be using a grouping variable such as gender in order to identify correlation analysis. In order to begin with visual method, we can use graphs to identify correlation. First, we can use scatter dot method in order to identify the correlation. For that, there are two methods, that is, we can use under graphs chart builder, or else we can use legacy dialogues as well. First, we will be using chart builder. So we will be selecting under scatter plots, we will be selecting simple scatter, and we have to drag and drop it here in the canvas. Thereafter, we have to select y and x variables, y variable and x variable, and in some of the newest SPSS versions, you will have the option to insert fit lines. If that is so, just select the fit line and press OK, and you will be getting the graph in this manner. Otherwise, you can use graphs, legacy dialogues, scatter dot, select simple scatter, define. Under y, you can select whatever the y variable, and x, that is x variable, and you can press OK. You will be getting the similar output in both the graphs. Further, you can just click on this graph, and here also you have the option to include fit line. That is also there. Or else you can just click on these dots and you can change the color, and you can change the size as well, and the type of dots as well, and you can edit the graph according to your wishes. Next thing what we are discussing is, in this kind of graph, we can identify several things. For an example, first we can identify whether the relationship between x and y is positive or negative. If you are getting this kind of graph, and if you can see, the lines are spread on this fit line and this upward, and we can identify this as a positive relationship. Similarly, if you are getting this kind of relationship when x increases, y decreases. So this is a negative relationship. Second thing what you can identify this kind of a graph is whether the relationship is linear or non-linear. If you are getting this kind of relationship or this kind of relationship, this positive and this negative, and in case if you are getting a relationship like this not a linear relationship. This is the second thing. Third thing what we can identify is whether there are extreme or outliers. So in your fit line, if the dots are scattered like this, and in case if there are data points in this manner, we can identify these as outliers or extreme cases. This will be affecting the relationship. Another thing what we can identify from this kind of graph is whether the relationship is strong or weak. If you are getting your data points mostly along the line, this is a strong relationship. However, if you are getting your data points in this manner scattered all over the graph, then this is not a strong relationship. So these things we can identify by referring to the graph. Second thing is, first thing visual method, that is by graph. Second thing we are discussing is how to identify this in a quantitative manner. For that we will be using Pearson correlation coefficient. So for that you can select analyze, correlate, bivariate, and you can transfer the variables x and y variables, and you can select Pearson and two-tailed, then press OK. In the case of two-tailed test, it will be testing only whether there is a relationship. It does not say whether it is positive or negative. In this case we will be getting positive relationship and this is significant, and we can identify if it is above 0.8 like, then this is strong relationship. So this is significant, strong, positive relationship. And if it is the value is in between 0.5 to 0.8 like, then we will be considering medium relationship, and below 0.5 weak relationship. So there are different statistics and thresholds to select whether it is weak, medium or strong. In this case it is strong, significant, strong, positive relationship. And even if you are going to change this to a one-tail test, then we will be checking whether the relationship is positive. So this is also, in this case you will be getting significant. So this is significant positive relationship as per one-tail test, and this is significant even at 1% level. Next thing we will be discussing is how to analyze with a grouping variable such as gender. For that we can use this data set, and prior to analyzing we have to split the file. So that we will be selecting data, split file, and you have to select it, compare groups, and you have to compare group based on gender. Press OK, and once you select that, in your data sheet you will be noticing split by gender remark is here at the bottom right hand side. So now it is split on gender. Thereafter you can select analyze, correlate, bivariate and same variables, pre-test mark and post-test marks, Pearson and two-tailed test we will be proceeding. And once you select, you will be getting the output for correlations based on gender. Now we can see that although these correlation statistic is significant for both the males and females, it is little bit higher for female counterparts. For them it is 0.953 and for males that is 0.949. So this is significant. These two statistics are significant even at 1% level. So it is there. With that we will be concluding today's session, and thanks for watching.